Amelia Earhart, the legendary aviator, vanished into thin air almost a century ago, leaving behind a mystery that has puzzled the world for decades. But what really happened to her? Welcome to our channel, where we delve into some of history's most intriguing mysteries. In this video, we'll explore the fascinating story of Amelia Earhart, one of the most renowned female pilots of her time, and her fateful last flight that ended in her mysterious disappearance. For over 80 years, the world has been captivated by the mystery surrounding her fate, with countless theories and speculations circulating about what might have happened to her. We'll take a closer look at the facts and evidence available, uncover some of the most compelling theories, and explore the latest developments in the ongoing search for the truth about Amelia Earhart's final moments. So buckle up and join us as we unravel the mystery of what really happened to Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan's plane disappeared on July 2, 1937, en route to Howland Island. After an extensive search and rescue mission, the U.S. Navy concluded that the plane ran out of fuel and crashed into the Pacific Ocean. However, many alternate theories have been proposed, including the castaway theory that they landed on Nikumaroro and lived as castaways before dying there. Another theory suggests that they were captured by the Japanese and later died in custody. Despite several expeditions, no conclusive evidence has been found, and the crash and sink theory remains the most widely accepted explanation of the Earhart's fate. Amelia Earhart, along with her navigator Fred Noonan, failed to reach Howland Island due to various challenges. They encountered overcast skies, faulty radio transmissions, and a dwindling fuel supply while flying their twin-engine Lockheed Electra plane. As a result, they lost contact with the Itasca somewhere over the Pacific. Despite a massive search and rescue operation involving ships and planes from the U.S. Navy and Coast Guard, which combined over 250,000 square miles of ocean, Earhart and Noonan were never located. According to the Navy's official report at that time, Earhart and Noonan exhausted their fuel and perished in the Pacific Ocean. In January 1939, a court order declared Earhart legally deceased, 18 months after her disappearance. However, the circumstances surrounding the events of July 2, 1937, and thereafter have sparked ongoing debate. Numerous alternative theories have emerged, and millions of dollars have been invested in the search for evidence to uncover the truth behind Earhart's fate. Earhart reported flying on the line 157337 running north and south, a set of directional coordinates describing a line passing through Howland Island, in her final radio transmission, which was made at 8:43 a.m. local time on the morning of her disappearance. The first expedition to Nikumaroro, a remote Pacific atoll that is part of the Republic of Kiribati, was undertaken in 1989 by a group known as the International Group for Historic Aircraft Recovery, TIGHAR. TIGHAR and its director, Richard Gillespie, concur that Earhart and Noonan continued south along the 157337 line for 350 nautical miles, before making an emergency landing on Nikumaroro after failing to locate Howland Island, then called Gardner Island. According to this theory, they spent some time as castaways on the tiny, uninhabited island, where they eventually perished. On July 9, 1937, a week after Earhart's disappearance, U.S. Navy planes flew over Gardner Island and saw no sign of Earhart, Noonan, or the plane. They did, however, report seeing signs of recent habitation, despite the fact that no one had lived on the atoll since 1892. In 1940, British officials recovered a partial human skeleton from a remote area of Nikumaroro. A physician measured the bones and determined they belonged to a man. The bones themselves were later lost, but TIGHAR analyzed their measurements in 1998 and concluded they most likely belonged to a woman of European ancestry, roughly the same height as Amelia Earhart. In 2018, anthropologists from the University of Tennessee, in collaboration with TIGHAR, conducted a forensic analysis of the bone measurements, which revealed that the bones have more similarity to Earhart than to 99% of individuals in a large reference sample, according to a university statement at the time. In addition to that, a competing theory contends that after failing to reach Howland Island, Earhart and Noonan were forced to land in the Japanese-controlled Marshall Islands. According to this theory, the Japanese kidnapped Earhart and Noonan and took them to the island of Saipan, 1,450 miles south of Tokyo, where they tortured them as suspected spies for the U.S. government. They died in custody later, possibly by execution. Since the 1960s, accounts from Marshall Islanders living at the time of an American lady pilot held in custody on Saipan in 1937 have fueled the Japanese capture theory, which they have passed on to their friends and descendants. Some proponents of the theory contend that Earhart and Noonan were actually American spies, and that their round-the-world flight was a cover-up for efforts to fly over and observe Japanese fortifications in the Pacific. Japan was not yet the Americans' enemy in World War II at the time, more than 4 years before the Pearl Harbor attack. Some believe that after her capture on Saipan, Earhart was released and repatriated to the United States under a false name. Beginning in the 1970s, some proponents of this theory contended that a New Jersey woman named Irene Bolam was, in fact, Earhart. Bolam herself vigorously denied these claims, calling them a poorly documented hoax, but they persisted long after her death in 1982. TIGHAR has made at least a dozen expeditions to Nikumaroro since 1989, unearthing artifacts ranging from pieces of metal, possibly airplane parts, to a broken jar of freckle cream, but no conclusive proof that Earhart's plane landed there. Despite more than 80 years of debate among researchers and historians, the crash and sink theory remains the most widely accepted explanation for Earhart's fate. However, over 3 expeditions since 2002, the deep-sea exploration company Nauticos has used sonar to scan the area off Howland Island near where Earhart's last radio message came from, covering nearly 2,000 square nautical miles without finding any trace of the Electra's wreckage. Until that wreckage or some other definitive piece of evidence is discovered, the mystery surrounding Amelia Earhart's final flight will likely persist. In conclusion, the disappearance of Amelia Earhart remains one of the most enduring mysteries of the 20th century. Despite countless searches, investigations, and theories, her fate remains unknown. We may never know for sure what happened to her and Fred Noonan on that fateful day in July 1937. However, the enduring legacy of Amelia Earhart's bravery, determination, and pioneering spirit lives on. Her impact on aviation and the world at large will continue to inspire generations to come. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the mystery of Amelia Earhart's disappearance. We hope you found this video informative and thought-provoking. If you have any further insights or theories about what really happened to Amelia Earhart, we would love to hear them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.